Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Um, we are still in the process of getting things cleared out of our RV and having the RV ready to be sold, whether to a private person or to an RV company. Still doing that, although granted not as much as what we once were. We've gotten a lot, and I mean a lot, of our things and of our supplies out of the RV. Now it's just a matter of getting all the little things gathered up together and out the door and get this thing sold. We are at a campground still. Now we did have to switch from one campground that we're at, which in all honesty wasn't too bad. It's a small campground, won't lie. It is a small RV campground. There's no doubt in that. But other than that, reasonable. The RV campground that we're at now, and have been for a while, at least, is one. It's kind of a out in the boonies, really. But that's how they like it, and we can't blame them. Because here at this campground, you have no noise of city life at all. And we enjoyed that immensely. We're not hearing any trains, we're not hearing any cars going nuts and things like that. It is just simply quiet here for the most part. It is simply quiet, and we enjoy that. We are thinking that either we're going to be able to sell it, sell the RV, or we may have to put it in storage. We're not sure which way yet that the pendulum is going to swing on that one. But we are trying to get this RV emptied out and try to get everything of ours out of it, so that way we can sell it. At least before. Okay. Sorry about that, people. At least before the end of the season. We are technically already at the end of RV season, but we're not quite. We are so very close to it, though. If not, we're pretty much at the end of it. Whether or not we'll actually get somebody who will actually, buy it now, who will buy it now or not, I do not know. But what I do know is this, is that we are still very much mourning the loss of our son. But the one thing I can at least say is that at least in heaven, he is whole and complete, not lacking anything. He's enjoying freedom. He's enjoying that life. Now, while granted, I wish it hadn't been that soon, to where he preceded us in death, at least physically wise. Because the factor was that he was suffering from pulmonary hypertension, off the scales, off the charts, bad. At least he's no longer suffering from that anymore. Does it mean I don't miss my little boy? It doesn't mean that I don't miss his smile, miss his laughter, miss the joy, miss the look of joy, utter joy, and happiness and contentment in that little boy's eyes. I still miss it. Do I want him back in this existence? In a way, yes, and in a way, no. Yes, because I can have him back in my arms. I can have him, we can have him with us. But no, in the factor that if he were back here, he'd still be suffering, possibly. There's a high chance that he'd still be suffering from the hypertension that took his life. So, because of that, I do not wish him back. At least not in that condition. I don't know of any real true living parent who would wish their child back in the condition that they were in. I don't know of any true living parent that would do that. So, while our son cannot be here in this existence with us, I look forward with absolute enthusiasm to the day that we can be together with him again. When my grandmother went home to heaven, I would look forward to heaven and everything, especially with her in it, but it was more of like, I have my time here, I've got my stuff that I have to do still, and at that point, during those first few years of her being gone, I didn't have any other kids other than our eldest daughter. That's it. Then I had our son, and that was such a joyous day for us. My husband had a son. My husband had a little boy that he could say, my son, my son. And then a year later, the thing of it is that out of all of us in our family, our son was the one person who definitely pretty much consistently had the look of utter joy and happiness and contentment. I did learn from our son. There's no doubt about that. I did learn from our son. I just miss it. I won't lie, I really truly do miss it. I miss having that in our lives. We do have another baby though. A little girl, we have another daughter. She is almost a month old now. I can't believe that. She's almost a month old. It's okay. So, yeah, we are still trying to get things done, accomplished around here, and we are still just doing things around. So, yeah. Sorry, there's not much to be saying right now, but that's all because the factor is we're still in a transitioning process. We're still in a, trying to work with having no. I don't know if you can see the reflection in my eyeglasses here, people, but I can so see the reflection of, well, my husband's a stinking nerd. He really honestly is. And if you can tell what it says in my glass, it says Vault-Tec. Now, again, I don't know if you can see that or not, but oh my gosh. So for any of you nerds out there, there you go. My husband's a big time nerd, and he's a gamer too. He really honestly is. But right now, I'm just trying to get things done, get things accomplished with this RV. Trying to get used to not having our son around. Though I don't know if I'll ever get used to that. I truly don't know if I'll ever get used to that. Because we're supposed to have 3. We're supposed to have 3 kids right now. Not just 2 again. And then, for whatever reason, yesterday I had this thing of where I was realizing that the time with this RV is coming to a close. It is coming to a close. For whatever reason, it was more of like, what are you? I'm like, whoa, okay. RV life is, at least for now, is coming to a close, coming to an end. For now. I know what God Almighty has told me about our lives, and right now, I know that God Almighty is saying that I truly honestly think that God Almighty is saying that for now we can put pause on it. For now. Because mentally, emotionally, we just can't do it. We can't do the RV lifestyle while trying to also while still trying to process and heal from our son preceding us in death. So, yeah. Because that still hurts. That still is one of those things where we would love it if it was the exact opposite way. Well, I got a little one here who's getting fussy and everything, so thank you for watching, thank you for listening, thank you for staying, thank you for joining us with this journey of the RV life, but now switching from RV life back to just staying put for now, for a long size while, so that way we can just, yeah, just heal and just try to get ourselves to a form of, in a way, stability. I'm trying to do right now, because I honestly don't, it doesn't feel like we have a true how do I put this? A true, like, firm footing. It truly doesn't honestly feel like we have a good firm footing right now for ourselves. We feel like we've had the rug and we feel like we've had the ground removed from us, and we're trying to get it back somehow, some way. Well, again, thank you for listening. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and just keep us in your thoughts and prayers. It's gonna be a decent size while before we ever get back on the road again. The next videos that you see will be not only of us transitioning, but us trying to have a life, trying to get our lives on the ground again. Love you all. Before I leave, I just happen to remember, I don't know how many of you saw the memorial, but I know for fact that there were millions of people who watched the memorial for Charlie Kirk. His wife and the people who spoke, or the majority of people who spoke, especially those who were or are connected to the organization that he started, I loved what they said, and I got inspired by them and by Charlie and by his wife, to be bold and to not back down. To not back down, to not be ashamed, to not be afraid. Well, at least to have courage in the face of fear. I learned a lot from that memorial, and I'm hoping all of you did too. That's the one. And there's something also to take from the fact that there were no riots, there was no violence, there was no anything negative that happened. Everyone was peaceful. Everyone was just, seriously, people were being kind and friendly, and people, seriously, for those of you who were I'm hoping one day, for those that were making fun of Charlie Kirk's death and celebrating the fact that he died, and they're going, yay, his voice is no more. I hope and pray that one day you will understand why there were no riots, there was no violence, there was no murder, there was no nothing after his assassination. I hope you all understand that one day, why there wasn't, and why everyone chose to act the way they did, and why after his death, his voice and what he was trying to do, his mission, why all that stuff has become louder, and why a lot of people are willing to take up the mantle now, especially his own wife, who understands that what she is now going to be doing is not something to take lightly. It is not something for her to just go, be pish posh and flamboyant about. No, it is not. It never has and never will be. I hope one day all of you who do not enjoy hearing us, I hope one day all of you will understand why his mission and what Charlie Kirk wanted for this nation honestly is the best thing that this nation needs, more so now than ever. I hope and pray one day you'll understand that and why it is a really good thing. But know this as well. The voice and the mission are far from over. We are far from over. It has only begun and it's gonna get bigger. I know it. I know it. And I look forward to seeing just how much bigger it gets and what all comes out from it for God's kingdom and everything else. I look forward to that. Again, love you all, and thank you very much for listening and watching. God bless. Talk to you all later. Bye.